Hey yo, it's your girl Jada J. I'm having some difficulties with the camera, so if a difficulty happens to come up, unfortunately, you won't get to see this video. So, but we'll move on from that. Um, I hope the camera pulls through. I hope it pulls through. All right. So, just want to let you guys know I'm trying to work on a video, a Birth of a Nation video. I wanted to look at a few articles, gather some notes, because I do have some thoughts on Birth of a Nation and Nate Parker. So I wanted to come through with that. That'll probably be out by this weekend. It's not going to be an expose. If you want an expose, check out the Jedi. I just got a few things to say about it. And the Tyler. The Jedi kills on exposés and any other video that you've ever seen of his. So check him out. Now, today what we want to get into is the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Alright, now hopefully I get in a lot. I don't know, something's going on with my camera and I'm already annoyed. You know, it's like you're annoyed in advance, you see. So anyway, the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Okay. Now let me explain me with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Now I stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, right? But I don't put my hand on my heart, and I do not recite the words, and I'm usually doing other things while I'm standing. You know, I'll be writing something real quick, or just, I'll be like, did you get... So, it's not disrespect. It's just, I don't pledge my allegiance to the flag, you understand? So, which piques a lot of questions, and the reason why I don't sit, because I would sit, the reason why I don't sit during the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag is because I don't feel like dealing with, more problems than I already get for not reciting or putting my hand over my heart, or sometimes I have my hands in my pockets, or I'm looking around. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, no disrespect, but me sitting would be an even bigger problem, because teachers have already addressed me just about the fact that I don't put my hand on my heart, and I'm just everywhere and whatever, and this, that, and the third, and as a matter of fact, there was a Muslim girl last year who she didn't want to stand. And this is the first time I see somebody besides me get in trouble for not standing for, not, I guess, showing the proper respect to the flag. Like, besides me, I never seen anybody else get in trouble for that. Like, I've never seen anybody else get in trouble. So, but this young lady, she's a Muslim girl. And so she didn't want to stand. So, but then the teacher, she comes over to her and she's like, you need to get up, like, stand up. So she's like, miss, it's against my religion. She's like, it has nothing to do with religion. Now, that teacher, I like her, but I could have smacked her. Okay, now I could have. Okay, I could have. You understand? I didn't, and I wouldn't, but I could. That was the feeling. You understand? Because it was kind of ignorant. Because as somebody who, I'm not a Muslim, or if you're not a Jehovah's Witness, you would just think somebody knows that actually standing for the flag is not cool with a lot of people's religions. Jehovah's Witnesses and Muslims just being a couple, and those are very different religions, you understand? But those are just to name a couple of religions that don't pledge their allegiance to anything that has nothing to do with God, you see? So, yeah. So anyway, so she did end up standing, because it was this whole thing where she was like, you can go down to the office and this, that, and the third. So she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, it really is against my religion. And the teacher's just, it has nothing to do with religion. I was like, I didn't understand, was she serious or not? Anyway, so yeah, you get a lot of if you're a person who does not pledge your allegiance to the flag, about getting flack about it, even from people who are not even educators. It could be people my own age who will say to me, Jada, why don't you recite? Why don't you put your hand over your heart? Why do you have your hands in your pockets? And this, that, and the third. And I just simply tell them, well, first of all, I'm Jehovah's Witness, or studying to become Jehovah's Witness. Second of all, I pledge my allegiance to nothing that's not God. Even if I wasn't Jehovah's Witness, that's just my mentality. Even before I was studying, I was never really the kind of person we're over that. For me, no disrespect to anybody else, and I respect, any and everybody. So if you stand for the flag, appreciate and respect you. If you don't, appreciate you and respect you. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem. So we want to have that mutual respect, you see. We clearly think differently, and that's absolutely fine. you know. So, you know, if you're a person who don't pledge your allegiance, you know about getting flack about it. You know what I mean? So today, we were in class, and I got mad respect for this girl. Like, this isn't really even about her. This is just an example. But she's a wonderful girl. She's very smart, and she's very blunt. Because me and her have had other exchanges in the past, and it's nothing but respect. But, you know, we disagree, and that's fine. So, mad respect to her. But we were in class, and, you know, talking about the Bills. You know, they're on this 3-game streak and this, that, and the third. I'm not a huge sports fan, but, you know, I know enough about it. You know what I'm saying? So, they're going against, I don't know, I forgot the name. Somebody this week. And so she goes, I just hope he stands, you know, for the pledge. And I think she was talking about football in general, because I don't think Colin is a Bill. Is he? No, he's not. She was just like, you know, I just hope he stands for the Pledge of Allegiance. And so I automatically knew who she was talking about, because there are guys now football players now following his lead, and now some of it, they won't just deliberately sit down, though. You know, they're doing, you know, what they can do, what they want to do, you know what I'm saying, enough, you know. So, you know, people, they're following his lead, but I knew who she was talking about. I was like, are you talking about, you know, Kaepernick? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, you think he should stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Because I didn't even know, like, I had mad respect to her just for that, because to even know what's going on, because you talk to a lot of youth, and you say something about ISIS. What is ISIS? So I'm just kind of looking at you, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So appreciated that she knew what was going on, okay? So she's a sports fan, I assume. So, but just to get the more important aspect of it, which was the fact that he did not stand, you know, anyway. So appreciated that just on that level alone. So I was like, oh, you think that he should stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And she goes, yeah. So then, you know, somebody else, they come in and they say, like, you know, why do you think that or whatever? Or do you know, matter of fact, they say, do you know why he is not standing? And she goes, yeah, and I think, you know, it's dumb as they should double hockey sticks. I'm going to keep it pushing. But, okay. So, she said, and this is where clearly we disagreed. I didn't say any more about it, because I think I have a lot of respect for her. And in my having respect for her, and me knowing myself, I know that wouldn't have been a conversation. It would have been an argument. So, and like I said, I got respect for her and appreciate her and all that. So, I'm not going to say I pulled my punch, because she can handle herself. I know that. So I'm not going to try to say, oh, I was scared for her. Nah, you know, just, I was over it. Okay, she's got her opinion. And, you know, like I said, it's not really about her. This is just an example. Appreciate her, man. Respect to her. Now, okay, so she said, you know, he's making all this money. You know, you're an American. How you not going to stand up for the flag? America has clearly been good to you because you got all this money. That was the first sign of, I'm not saying she's ignorant, but that was, I think it was a very one-sided statement, because I think a lot of people think that money is everything, and that's the first problem. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, somebody comes up. I don't want to say who it was, because, you know, I don't want him to lose his job or nothing like that. You know, I don't know if that could happen. Probably not, but anyway. I don't want to we're over it. So, teacher comes up, and, you know, he says, oh, he goes, yeah, that too, but my thing about it is, you know, I have people who fought and died, you know, for this country, and for you not to stand is really disrespectful. Now, I have a personal relationship to that, because my father was a Marine. My father, a Marine, he served 4 years, honorable discharge and all, even tells me not to pledge my allegiance to the flag. So that means nothing. Like, I don't want to say, okay, appreciate y'all, you know, you fought and died for this country. Okay, but my father was Marine, and even he tells me there's no reason for you to pledge your allegiance to the flag. You know what I'm saying? My father, like, usually, and I know that's like a novelty, because clearly if you meet somebody who went to war for the country, they're extremely patriotic, and that's not my father at all. So, you know, my father even told me at a younger age he went because he was at a point in his life where he was really lacking structure. So he went to get some discipline, and that's why he went. He said he was a kid, he was young and dumb. That's what my dad said. So, I mean, my father will even tell me, Jada, there's no reason for you to pledge your allegiance to the flag, because look at what this country has done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to come for nobody who does stand or who is really patriotic. That's not a problem. But I don't really like when, because I hear that a lot. Oh, well, people fight and die for this country. Like, and that's true. And that's very important. And you better off seeing me, if a Marine come into the room or just a person who went to the Army in general, you better off seeing me salute them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to salute the flag. You know what I'm saying? You better, like I said, you better off bringing in somebody, and I'm going to be like, mad respect to you, you know, thanks, and this, that, and the third. Not so much because I love this country, but because you're clearly a person who's brave, and you out there knowing that you could die at any minute. Like most of us black folks who go outside for a walk. Okay, so we brave too. So I don't want to compare the two because I know people going to be shady, but I just had to go ahead and put that out there. Moving on. So, mad respect to everybody. And either way it goes. So, but I feel like people almost use that as, like, their pocket thing to say. If somebody is saying, oh, I don't stand for people, or even if they're not making it personal, they're saying, oh, well, they're just saying so-and-so fought and died for this country. And I'm never going to say I don't care because that's just not me. There are people who will say, you know, I don't care and I don't stand for the flag and this, that, and third. And I ain't got no problem with them. But I don't like when people do that because it's almost like you're trying to make me feel bad because I said I'm not going to... Like, I'm not saying any disrespect to them. I'm talking about a flag. You know, I'm not talking about... And we know that's freaking the symbol of humanity and everything else in America. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect. That's a personal belief. I don't like when people try to shove it on you. Like, here it is. You need to go take that. You don't know. You need to go take that to you. That's your thing. You know what I'm saying? I will never, I will never curse the flag. I'm respectful. But I'm not going to be the most you're not going to find me being the most patriotic person that you've ever met. It's not going to happen. And to me, there's no problem with that because, like I said, when I see somebody who is really patriotic, I don't have any disrespect for you, so I don't really understand how that works. Because somebody doesn't stand for the flag, you're all of a sudden really disrespectful. But, again, back with Colin Kaepernick. Okay, you're saying, oh, well, he's got all this money and all these endorsements, so he should be happy. Yet, money and endorsements is not your whole life. And Colin Kaepernick, if you go back and watch the Jedi's video, the article... Colin Kaepernick said they could take these endorsements, they could take this money right now, you know what I'm saying, because I know I'm doing the right thing. Just like Muhammad, they tried to have him go and serve in the service, and Muhammad said no. And he lost a lot of stuff because of that, you know what I'm saying. By the way, got a little snippet about that. Let's go into that real quick, then we're going to get back on track. Last year was a teacher. Y'all, these teachers, I don't know. This teacher was talking about Muhammad. And so I'm sitting there, I'm not going to lie to you, I did not know that, and I know Muhammad. I didn't know that Muhammad was, summoned to go into service and he refused. I didn't know that. So I didn't go off on the teacher because first of all, I wasn't educated, so I couldn't have, wait a minute, I didn't know. So once I went and did my own research and you find out things like, he lost, investors and, they said he couldn't fight overseas and things like that they took from Muhammad, the money. And Muhammad said the same thing. He said they could take my money, they could take my endorsements, because I know I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so when the teacher had said it, he said, and I wasn't appreciative of it, even though I didn't know Muhammad's specific situation, otherwise known as Cassius Clay. I knew, I didn't like what he said, because, okay, the teacher said, he was like, I don't really think it's right that just because he was a celebrity, he could say, oh, I'm not going, and it could just be fine and dandy, because what if a regular person did that, and then, he said because he's not doing it, what if several other people say, oh, because Muhammad Ali's not doing it, I'm not going to do it. Okay, if that's the reason that you're not doing that, first of all, you're a follower, so you need to go ahead and get your stuff together, personally, okay? Second of all, I didn't really like how you trying to throw everything on Muhammad because they tried to force him to go somewhere, and he don't want to go there. He don't believe in that. So why would you go to a war? You want me to go just fight and I don't believe in that? Like, what's the point? If every soldier on the line was forced to go, would you want them? No, because they really don't want to be here. They're forced to be here. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not really ready to risk your life on the line, then you shouldn't be out there. That's why people who say, I'm about to go to the war because I can get some money for college, that's not a good reason to go. Like, I understand. And if it's college and, man, I want to go serve my country and I'm ready to die out there on the line and I really do feel like I want to be here because I need the discipline. In my dad's case, you know, he still tells me he was young and dumb and he's not patriotic and this, that. Like I told you before, my dad is a dude, you either like him or you don't. He's very blunt and he's going to say what he's thinking just like that. So, sorry. Yes. If you are somebody who, you know, I'm going to pay for college, okay, make sure that's just a bonus though. Like, oh, I want to go because I do want to go and support my country and I am ready to die in the lines. And, you know, once I get out, bam, I'm going to have some money set aside for college. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? They going to pay off my student loans because I heard that happens and, you know, things like that. So that's cool. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. But just make sure the money part, make sure the money is a bonus to you actually wanting whatever point in your life that you are, whatever brought you there, that you actually want to be there, or else it's not going to be good for you or the sergeant or the lieutenant or whatever rankings they got. Okay, so much respect to them. So like with that, I feel like you tried to throw all this on Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Like, Muhammad is a brilliant man and he had a lot of, you know, a big following, rest in peace. But you trying to say one man could be responsible for nobody going back to the... No. Because that's what he was trying to do, as if, oh, snap, because he about to mess up the whole thing for everybody else because he's not doing it. He was like, I don't think just because he was a celebrity, that means he could just throw away his responsibilities. I'm sorry, when is being forced to go to the war, when is that a responsibility? I just didn't understand that. But I didn't speak out. But, again, you know, I wasn't educated, so I don't like to say something I don't know, you know what I'm saying, just, anyway. So, rest in peace to Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? So, just, okay. So, with Colin Kaepernick, like I said, and with Muhammad and him, and I'm sure there's other ones, they said I could lose my money, I could lose my endorsements, you know, you could never sign me up for a fight again. I know that I'm doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a moral compass. It's a moral thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a personal feeling and belief. But if you say in any situation, you know, I'm not going to do this because I don't think that's right. I don't believe in that. That is your moral compass. You're not going to do something that you don't believe in. So I feel like, and you trying to say, oh, I hope he stands. What the F does it mean if he's standing there and just, but he really don't give a F, but he just, oh, you giving me the money, so I pledge it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? That means nothing, because he is up there for the endorsements. He is up there for the money, and that right there is the scariest person, because they would do anything for a dime. Those are the ones you need to be looking out for. So, nah, much respect and love to Colin Kaepernick. And he don't got to stand if he don't want to. Better not. You know, matter of fact, he shouldn't. Because why stand for something if you don't believe in that? Like, I wish somebody would just explain. You just want him to stand there? Why? Because you could feel better? You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, I don't appreciate when people do, oh, my father and this... Oh, guess what? My father served. He was a Marine. So, and my father tells me there's no reason for me to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Because my father is aware. That's why he calls himself young and dumb. Because even then, he was aware of what happened here. The worst crime in history, which was slavery. You understand what I'm saying? He knows. And what they did to the Indians. Stole the Hispanics' land. Lied on the Indians, you know what I'm saying? Enslaved us. Took us from our families, from our language, from our country. And then you want us to go ahead and stand for the flag? First of all, like I said, as Jehovah's Witnesses don't pledge allegiance to nothing that's not for God. Okay, so if your name ain't Jehovah, God, I'm not pledging my allegiance to you. I just won't do it. Okay, so much respect to anybody else. Like I said, the Muslim young lady, she didn't try to tell the teacher, we don't pledge allegiance to nothing that's not for Allah. So, and that's just how it worked. Okay, now she still had to stand because, you know, it came all this, or you could go down to the office. If that's what I could call down to the office right now and all this. As soon as you say no, they go into this. If she was white, no disrespect to her. As soon as you say no, they go into this thing. Well, if you're going to have an attitude. She didn't have an attitude. She just simply said, Miss, this is against my religion. and that's I always had respect for this girl because I know her, but it was a stronger because, like I said, I've never seen anybody else get in trouble. Like I said, I've had teachers and students address me about why I didn't recite and put my hand on my heart and stuff like that, but I never seen it. So I was like, oh snap, like, is this happening right now? I said, much respect to this girl, and I should have went up and said, girl, much love, you know what I'm saying? And she was an African sister too. But I didn't. I don't know, because some people act weird when you try to come with them, just, oh, your sister. They try to look at you like, I'm not your sister. So sometimes I don't. But I feel like she would have been cool, so I should have, but never mind. Anyway. So like I'm saying, y'all. If Colin Kaepernick don't stand, okay, and then what? You know what I'm saying? But they said now, because the teacher, I'm not sure if this is accurate, so I can't veto it. But the teacher who was talking to the young lady who was like, he America's clearly been good to him. He was like, oh, now he still doesn't stand, but now he bows down or something like that. And I have seen that, but I didn't know Colin did it. Because like I still thought he just was sitting. But the teacher was like, now he kneels and does this because a veteran came to talk to him after a game or something like this. And he said, man, it's okay that you don't love the flag, but you need to at least be respectful. And, the teacher said since then, Colin's been kneeling and, doing this. And I've seen that. So I haven't seen Colin do it, but... So I'm going to have to check that because I don't want to go back and argue with the teacher, but I will most definitely tell him if that's false. Okay, I will most definitely tell him if that's false. As I said, for him to come up as an adult, I think it was a little, I'm not going to say childish, but it was a little like, wow, so you even trying to shame Colin. And he's white. The teacher. Again, it don't matter. I'm just trying to give you context. It doesn't matter at all, does it? It doesn't matter. So, with things like that, we just want to be, I was almost shocked, like, that he would come up and talking about, well, my problem is I have people who fall under. I have never felt a personal connection to the flag, even when I did used to stand and recite it in, like, early grade school. I've never felt a personal connection to it. That's just me. So, and when people didn't stand, like, when you would hear about somebody not standing, whatever, like I said, I never seen anybody not stand. And that's why I was surprised to see this young lady. I've never seen somebody, like, not stand. And that's including me. I still stand, but I don't recite it and I have my hands in my pockets or something. But, like I said, I've never seen anybody get flack from it. You know what I mean? So, in Grace, I never had personal connection to it then. And my father was Marine. So, but I don't feel any type of way when, when Colin Kaepernick, all I can say when they said Colin Kaepernick wasn't standing, that's all I had. That's it. And especially when they came with the reasoning to be such a young man, and the Jedi said this too, he was like, a young man to say that, take my endorsements, take my money, I don't give a dang. Okay, he didn't use that terminology, but it was close. Because I know I did the right thing. Okay, because I know I did the right thing. You got that? You write that down. Because I know I did the right thing. They could take my money. They could take my endorsements. Write this. Because I know I did the right thing. You understand? So, enough of this trying to shame Colin because he's not standing. Okay, and you should be respectful that he's keeping it 100. Because, as I said, if somebody's faking something, who wants that? Fake. It's fake. It's fake. That's all. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna stand for something that you don't believe in, then what does that say about you as a person? I'll be worried to find out low key. Oh, this is locker room talk, and Colin says, he hates the pleasure and he only does it for the money and the endorsements. That's gonna make him look bad. That would make me question him. Okay, but you still standing, Colin? Really? But no, he was forth. He came forth with it. He didn't stand, and from that, all the BS started coming in. But what did he say? Take my money, take my endorsements, because I know I did the right thing. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, I should have the Birth of a Nation video up this weekend. And remember, don't stand for something if you really don't believe in it. Come on now, what's the point? You're just telling a lie. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got something to add or something you disagree with, something you agree with, please let me know. the comments is right down there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a little conversation. Let's keep it respectful, though. Love and appreciate you all. It's your girl, Jada J. Peace.